Hey, awesome people of YouTube. Welcome back to another Starfield, wow, no, sorry. Another Warhammer 40k Darktide video. In this one, I'll be showcasing another Zealot build. This one is a little bit more damage. I will have a playthrough of a Damnation run. Right after this will be a full. So, I'll be talking about why I did certain things and some other stuff. But let's get into it. You see, I'm using the heavy eviscerator. Same thing. I'm using a spearhead bowgun. I will tell you why later. Well, I will tell you now and in the video. It is to help get rid of the enemies. Not all the enemies, but primarily big elites. You know, specialists, elites like the maulers, the rippers, the mutants. Excuse me, the big stuff. The stuff that will either hurt a lot, one shot, or can just CC me for a bit. Our scriptures are 1 extra wound, max health for order dockets, toughness, Some have max health, some have sprint efficiency. Sprint efficiency so I can keep up because I noticed that I'm slow a lot of times, so I went with that. Now, let's talk with the talents. This is not the biggest damage build because as a zealot, my main focus is to help make sure my backline, in case Psyker and veterans, are a bit more protected. So they can do massive damage on elites and specialists and get rid of like the monstrosities a little faster. So don't expect it to be just one tapping. I know there's builds that can do that. And I know there's a build that goes wound, and I talk about it in the video itself, in the playthrough. But I've tried to record a few times, but I'm not as comfortable. And also, before we fully dive into the talent tree, I want to know that if I can get this channel to 500 subs by November 12th, I'll be doing a $25 gift card giveaway. So, I mean, subscription costs nothing, so why not? And you might find a build that you want to play with, or some cool stuff, be it Warhammer or other games. But let's get back to it and talk about talents. I went with Anoint and Blood, more base range damage, because with the bowgun I can help get rid of the enemies faster. Okay, the big boys, the maulers, the reapers, the bulwarks, stuff like that. I have Fortitude and Fellowship for more coherency, toughness, regeneration, in case something gets in the backline to hurt my veteran, hurt my psyker. We can get more, I can get rid of them and help myself get more toughness because I'll be protecting them. That's my big thing. I want to purge them clean to increase more damage against infested and yielding enemies, just so we get rid of them faster. Restoring Faith. When I do take damage, I heal 25% of that damage. Or 5 seconds. I want with my next melee attack, I get more damage from my melee attacks in case some of the smaller elites, or if I have to go in melee on maulers and stuff like that, I have that little more damage. Enemies within, enemies without, to replenish my toughness while there's enemies within 5 meters. Again, for hordes, pretty good, and keeping my backline protected. In case I get hurt, I can regen somebody. I get more toughness on heavy attack kills, which I don't use as much, but you can. I wanted the stun grenade. You can also go with Immolation grenade and bypass Vicious Offering. Or a stun grenade just so I can stun some of the elites and specialists. One with Until Death. Fatal damage instead grants you invulnerability for 5 seconds. Occurs every 120 seconds, aka 2 minutes. If I do get smacked by something big, I will be invulnerable for 5 seconds, just so I can help my team just that much longer. And Holy Revenant, when until death ends, you regain health based on the damage you dealt during until death to a maximum of 25% max health. Melee damage dealt heals for 3 times that amount. So since I'm primarily melee, it's huge. I also went with Benediction for 15% toughness damage reduction for you and allies and coherency. Again, since I'm trying to stay back a little bit more to protect my second veteran, this is great. Getting them that much more damage reduction in case something gets to them. And it also helps me staying a bit more tankier. As you know, Course Spiritual Fortitude, huge for me. Just in case something does get back, I can pop it, especially if it's a horde from the back line and I'm focusing on the front. I can pop that, gives them a little bit of breathing room and gets them more toughness. And we went Banishing Light, just so staggers and suppresses the enemies. You can also go with Holy Cause to give them more damage reduction. Or if you want to be a little more offensive, is pop the Call to give them, if it posts 5 times, gives them more damage. Great for monstrosities, you know. I wanted the melee Fearful Frenzy for more melee attack speed, you know. Allows me to swing faster, get rid of the enemies that much quicker. Martyr's Purpose for 1% of the damage taken is converted to ability cooldown reduction, so I can pop my Course of Spiritual Fortitude that much more. Sustain Assault for 4% more, plus 4% melee damage for 5 seconds on hitting an enemy with melee attack, stacks 5 times. I can get 20% more damage on big boys melee if I have somebody like an Ogre protecting the backline with me, or another Zealot. You know, if it's like or monstrosity, you know. If it's not focusing on me, I can do that little more damage. Most of the time I'll be utilizing the bolter, but this will help. Swift Certainty to increase my sprint speed by 10%. In addition, always cancels dodging while sprinting, even if stamina is depleted. Just, you know, allows me to get that more. I went with an Exonerable Judgment to where when I move, I get stacks of momentum. And when I hit something, it gives me 1% melee attack speed, 1% range attack speed, and 1% damage per stack. Last 8 seconds, so it can give me 20% melee attack speed, or 20% range attack speed, and 20% damage per stack. You could go with Blazing Patty for more crit. You know, I went with this just because we're gonna move a lot. I wanted to try something new, but you can go with Blazing Patty. You're gonna get more crit. I want the Retribution Stance to replenish 2% toughness for each spent stack of momentum. You know, allows me to be tanky, especially when I'm moving around or running. And then there's a Brute, helps a little. You could also use it for different build. You don't have to go with this. You can, and I went with Inebriated Poise, gain 3 stacks of momentum on successful dodge. So in a horde, if I'm dodging, or if I'm dodging against bulwarks or other elites, specialists, I can get some stacks of momentum on successful dodge, which will give me 3% more melee attack speed and 3% more damage and 3% attack, ranged attack speed. So this is the build. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, I do have the giveaway if you can get just the chance to 500 subs. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the run that I did with randoms, which were pretty awesome. But with that said, hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.
This wouldn't have been top of my list for a tour of Tertium.
Can't always be sunshine and flowers, can it?
No laws here! Stay alert!
You'll need to make your way up to street level. That means accessing an ascender.
Know resolve, and you will know victory.
Unmarked until judgment comes.
Alright, so trying out this build, and this one is stacking momentum. I am gonna try to keep my team alive as possible, primarily Psyker. We are on tier 5. I will show it after this. There you go. Assassination. Just regular tier 5. No. Don't want to try a build and go on a super high end. Special randoms. But yeah. I'm using the heavy restorator to deal with enemies up close, and I'll be using a bolt gun, which again, not the best. Spend a lot of money on using crafting stuff for Psychic, because that's my main. But I'll be using a bolt gun to deal with a lot of the heavies. To keep my Psychic alive. We do have this revelation. Dude, he seems to be doing a lot better, so that's perfectly fine. We have a horde, which I messed up, and I drop it down. Which is my own fault. But I shouldn't have. Luckily, I also forget I have a stun grenade. Luckily, a team helped up, which
Elimination protocols engaged.
It's fading.
Okay, apparently I can't aim and hit, but I helped stun lock one of the Reapers. And one of our other teammates helped them. This Zealot is primarily melee. You know? It specializes in a little more supportive ability. But I will be trying another build. But I tried it out a few times. I am not as good with it, because it is high risk, but definitely more rewarding. And unfortunately, I am not good enough. As you've seen, the Psyker deals with the stuff, and the Veteran deals with the stuff a lot better, which, you know, doesn't leave much stuff for me. But it's also, I am a lot more melee. Obviously, you always want to pick up the Platsteel, Diamantine Stash, for very obvious reasons, you know. The more of it you have, the better. There we go. We're finally able to get some kills from Revelation. He is a lot better on the Zealot. I've only been playing Zealot for a little bit. It is not my main class by any chance, by any measure. But why not? It's always good to have more than one character or one operative, just for the sake of, you know, you have friends that you want to play with, or you want to try something out. You don't have to make 15, oh, not 15, you don't have to make it right away, you already have it done. Okay, we got, oh, that was a nice dodge. I am swinging what it seems like a maniac, but it's also, that was my mess up. It's also a little different swinging it because well, There's a lot of stuff, which I apologize if it seems like weird or if you get a little nauseous. I do apologize. As you can see, I try to close the distance so not much stuff can get to the back line, to the Psyker, and the Veteran, which unfortunately our vet did go down. But it is what it is. Rescuing our vets so he can help deal with this big boys. Keeping them busy. Ow. And as you can see, we helped deal with the bulwarks. Not every class or every build is gonna be all about the damage. Some stuff will be more supportive, more tanky, more making sure my team stays alive over anything. Which sometimes may unfortunately cause me to not be in the greatest of situations just because of that. Our team over there seems to be doing decent. As you can see, Psyker and the Veteran doing their beautiful jobs. And also, you know, you don't need to be always the biggest damage. It's not all about the damage. It's about making sure you as a team can get through the objectives. And sometimes you may need to be pure support. Or sometimes you may need to be damage. It's all on your team. Which with the randoms it might not always be up to you. So you'll have to adapt, you know. Which is why when before you're already up, you know, when you get in that screen you can see everybody and stuff. Check out what they're running, you know, what the abilities. There we go. Messed it up myself. Throw in a little healing. Not necessarily healing, but more toughness. And help them get a little bit of breathing room. And allowed my team to, you know, not take as much damage. And possibly go down.
It would take more than belief to see us through.
I would like to try a different thing than Chorus. You know, than the ability that I was using, but it's a little hard. Ooh. Here.
Target's marked.
Huh.
Execute.
But sometimes it's not up to me just because. Boom. You see, I went in and allowed myself to get tanked. Also, if you're gonna use Medicaid station, make sure you let the person with the most corruption take it first. Even if you have almost no HP, the reason why you wanna have the person with the most corruption is because, well, they can't heal that corruption away unless, well, if it's a wound, they can heal away. But if it's not, and you have a Zealot that can heal it away, then that's different. You know? But other than that,
Be judged. Righteous duty.
and we got, which is not great, but we popped our ability, allowed our team to stay alive a little longer. Veteran, hopefully, there we go.
Question anyone.
He helped me get rid of the big enemy that would clap both of us while he was alive. While I was stunning him. Oh, Nori is sliding. If you ever see that and it's your friend, just ask him to jump. Get up. Help deal with it. We just got unlucky. And I'm dodging away, as you can see, from the big Plague Ogre. And utilizing this weapon because it helps shred through them. And he would have clapped all of us. Quickly going back to the Medicaid station, as you can see, Nori and Fiera have the most corruptions, but I'm the lowest health. If we have only 2 charges, I would give it to them. Because, well, if Nori goes down again, well, that's it. You know, we have to, rescue him. Which is definitely not ideal. Damn, unfortunately there was one charge. Oh, Nori did the smartest. He was the lowest HP. I wish it was 3, but... Okay, there we go. We had healing. Revelation would be ideal to drop his stuff, but it is what it is. Gotta make sure I move my controller so I don't, you know, have to retry, which is the only bad part. There we go, they got rid of the Reaper and the Dread Gunner. I was making sure, I was looking back to make sure the enemies don't just like start piling out of it. I'm playing a little safe because I don't want to go down, because if I go down and it's in the not a greatest of spots, it could be game over. Trying to chase a doggo. Because if it wasn't just the hounds, if it was a horde and I go down, and we had a mini boss, well, on this one, more than likely not anymore. There we go, protect my team, allow them to get rid of some of the enemies. There we go. I get in front of my Psyker and Veteran, allowing them to be a little more safer. As you can see, they are getting rid of a bunch of the enemies. They don't have to worry as much about it. Which, you know, if we had an Ogryn, that would have been ideal, just to protect our one line. But they're a little safer, as you can see over here, allowing them to do their massive damage on the small enemies. Not small enemies, but just to do a lot of damage. Which again, I'm perfectly fine playing support. Most of the time, it is my preferred way of playing, just because, you know, most of the time you have people who are just doing massive damage, and let us say thank you. Does not mean to cap lock it, but well, this helped me get a lot more health, you know, allowed me to go from nearly dead to a lot more, which is always great. Thank you, Nori. Bro, we also do have another one. And Revelation got some HP. Oh my god, it's the 4-pack. Tiara, there you go. If it was 1, Tiara would take it. Just because of that corruption. I know some people want to try to heal up to themselves. But oh my lord, that was a beautiful dodge. There you go, no, I'm not gonna chase. Oh. Thing is gonna come up. Yep. Not much I can do. Besides that, you know, allow them to be ungrappled. And, well, allows them to put some more DPS. Unfortunately, this weapon is slow. Since he's going for me, the ideal would be, there we go. For Nori to rest VR, sorry. Crap. There we go. I threw my stuff. I know it's not ideal. And if he goes down, it's pretty much over. But not every run is going to be successful. And we are being eaten. I tried to escape, but it allowed my teammate to get up. And yeah. Oh, I'm not eaten. I just got pretty badly messed up. And we more than likely gonna go down. Oh, maybe not. We got lucky. Not all the time you get lucky. Gonna reload real quick. We utilize a lot of our ammo. But we also put some hurt on the elite. And by dropping down, which at that time was a little bit of a gamble, it paid off. By dropping down, after a minute, or after a bit, the elite, or not the elite, the monstrosity dropped after me. And allowed my teammate to pick up Tiara. Which is a lot better, you know, than myself going down there. And Nori. After, well, Tiara and then myself. As you can see, the thing is on me. You do not want to get hit by Crusher, because he will crush them cheeks, you know.
That's what I was looking for.
There we go. I like to play Psychic just because I don't have to compete for ammo, but right now we need the ammo. But yeah, that gamble was definitely paid off. It could have been not as high paying. swinging like a madman because the enemies were so close. But it wasn't too bad. Maulers also hurt very much, but Crushers will one-tap you.
That's a good find.
They do a lot of damage. There we go. Now the second veteran are just gonna get rid of the stuff, while myself, another dude, aka Revelation, are just helping make sure our people are alive. Not much I can do because there was a Mauler and a Crusher. Whew. Gives me a second to breathe because I just got hit and I nearly went down, and that's not ideal. I need to get as good as Revelation because he just charged in and dodged away out of ooh. Out of that dude, out of the exploder's way. Sorry, sometimes I get a little too focused and it gets a little hard to pay attention to much stuff, you know. My job is to help make sure my Psyker and stuff are not go down. Right now, I'm pushing them away. And we went down. There was not much I could do. I was low HP. And it is what it is. But so did Fia, which leaves Nori and Revelation. Which hopefully they can manage it. The big thing is the shooters are the biggest pain in the butt. Which dealt with. Now I'm back with a little more HP. Revelation has the HP.
Be sparing with your shots. I have the urge to chastise these heretics.
If my nade went off, it would have been a lot better. But the thing is also
Key upgraded. You can access the elevator.
I'm the only one with corruption. But I need them to be alive more than me because I am not whatchamacallit. Not as good as them. You know, Psyker with the staff can do massive DPS, or with a sail he can kill a lot more. And Revelation is just way better Zealot than me, which. But hopefully this kind of helps learn why I do certain things. The build obviously will be before this, but I will try to pick up a few clips to help. I should have paid attention and see if there's a way to push him off. Unfortunately, no, not really. The big thing is, I gotta make sure he pays attention to everybody but Fiera. And I will be utilizing whatchamacallit, my ability as much as possible. By making sure I keep the boss, you know, in this state, the veteran can just unleash massive damage, which unfortunately he's helping me, which is not necessarily bad, but it's not ideal. I gotta grab a bit of healing, and the boss is dead. And by the way, you guys definitely want to do this at the end of the match. Even if you lost, you won, your team might be completely bad or might be greatest thing since sliced bread. You always want to say GG. It's just the politest thing. As you can see, almost everybody said GG. Make sure you also pay attention and not just relax. But it was one. So this is... Oh, we got Operative versus Simon. Which I don't know what it did. But hopefully that showed you why I did certain things. And hopefully I told you. It took us 29 minutes. But again, there will be a build to this. Probably before. So it was already done. I'm just pre-recording. But with that said, I will try to make a build for the wound playstyle. I highly doubt I'll be able to. I've tried several times to record for it, but with that said, don't forget, stay awesome. I'll see you in the next one, and bye bye.